friends, this is Sabriye Tenberken, undoubtedly one of the most inspiring humans I have ever met. Sabriye is a visionary without vision.
Yes, she is blind.
But she was not always. During her childhood days, Sabriye had the ability to see a little, and it was only a matter of time in her childhood before she lost her vision. Over time, the blindness kicked in and Sabriye lost her sight when she was 12 years old.
But I loved sight. I loved seeing. I loved judging people by their looks. I loved going through photos. I loved painting. I loved drawing.
As you could imagine, this made her miserable.
I didn't see myself as different, but the other ones felt because she's blind, because she's not functioning well like us anymore, we have to treat her different.
To escape this loss of vision, Sabriye pretended that she could still see.
I was really scared of being sidelined. I was scared of being discriminated, and all of that happened.
But over time, she realized that she may be blind, but she still has a functioning brain. She began accepting her blindness and really began to live.
This helped Sabriye to find the beauty of blindness.
She was forced to become a problem solver. From morning to evening, she would think about how to solve problems.
You are thinking, okay, when I'm doing this and this comes up, so what will I do? So you are never stuck in the problem anymore. You're constantly thinking and solving problems, in solving your own problems, but also in solving other people's problems.
Communication. Being blind taught Sabriye the art of communication. She learned to effectively communicate without being able to see other people's reactions.
Communication is about structured thinking, is about thinking ahead. What would the person really understand? Is the person on the same level with me right now? What kind of vocabularies do I have to use?
Sabriye's imagination only grew stronger and she painted the world, people and nature with the brushes of her own imagination.
Whatever I hear, whatever I smell, whatever I feel or maybe think, immediately translates into a picture. Imagination normally takes time. No, it was immediate. You know, and when I'm sitting with you here, I see you nodding, I see you smiling sometimes, I see you sometimes looking thoughtful.
And last but not least, it gave her utmost focus.
My whole focus was completely pointed to what I wanted to do and to what really mattered.
Sabriye attended a top school for the blind in Germany and learned swimming, horseback riding and a language for the blind called Braille. And above all, it taught her to be independent.
They trained us how to move independently, completely independently, how to buy our own things, how to cook, how to wash clothes.
This encouraged her to start her own school for educating blind people.
She traveled to a faraway country where the number of blind people were double than the global average, Tibet. And it is here where she also met her better half, Mr. Paul.
The blind in Tibet face a lot of discrimination.
Blindness was considered a curse and they were treated as lesser humans. Sabriye and Paul decided to change that. Sabriye hopped on a horse and traveled to the most remote parts of Tibet, where she discovered blind people tied to beds, locked in dark rooms and completely sidelined from the public eye.
Even worse, there was no Braille in the Tibetan language.
So Sabriye used all her personal savings and together they set up the first school for the blind in Tibet.
I'm not living anybody else's dream. I do what I always wanted to do.
She created her own system that translated the complex Tibetan language into simple Braille.
Slowly but steadily, blind students started pouring in.
The school taught kids new languages, to read, to write, to use the computer, and to dream and become anyone they desired to be, just like Sabriye did, and gave them skills to take control and be the heroes of their very own lives. Skills that could get them meaningful jobs like making cheese, baking bread, animal farming, cultivating vegetables, cooking, carpet weaving, and more. Blind students were equipped with the confidence and knowledge that empowered them to join in regular schools. Along with a group of teachers and staff, Sabriye and Paul have changed the lives of hundreds of blind people and inspired a revolution for the blind, their thinking and their future. And the secret behind her journey to the top is her passion and the power of togetherness.
And I think it's so important that we change our concentration, our focus from me, myself and I to others.
She developed her own ways to survive, she brought a new meaning to the idea of being blind, and she's just too happy to be blind. Blindness has only made her life much more colorful and productive.
My world became much more colorful because I could imagine everything.
What did you learn from Sabriye? Let me know in the comments.
And I believe if the society would value blindness a little bit more, we would have much better leaders in the future.
Stay on the ground with me until we make it.